brought me to the coldest place in France, as if cold could kill what the whip could not. I am Toussaint Louverture. I was born in chains. I am dying in chains. But between those two chains, I was free. And I made a people free. Before the wars, before the constitutions, before the name they carved into history, there was a plantation, a woman, and a book that should never have been opened. Let me go back to the beginning. Saint-Domingue, the pearl of the Antilles, the richest colony on earth, 40,000 whites, 500,000 enslaved, and the sugar white as snow, red as a vein. I was the coachman at Bréda. I drove the master's carriage. I read his books. I wore better clothes than the men in the fields. And every night I went back to the same quarters, ate the same food, owned nothing. They thought kindness was different from cruelty. It is not. A cage with a wider door is still a cage. Suzanne brought us food that day. Jean-Baptiste was mending a harness. We were just 3 slaves in a stable until she saw the paper.
Toussaint, what is that?
I told her it was nothing, just paper. But Jean-Baptiste knew better.
The rights of men. And which men? The ones holding the whip?
He was right to be bitter. But I told them the words were already loose, and words, once loose, cannot be chained again. He was warning me. They both were. But I was already reading the fire. She touched my hand. She told me they hang men for less than reading. She begged me to come home before the bell. Suzanne, Jean-Baptiste. I can still see their faces. Even here, even now. 20 years and an ocean between us. And I can still feel the sun of that stable on my skin. They were right to be afraid. The words were loose. And in August of 1791, the fire followed. Raynal wrote that the slave trade was a crime against humanity. He prophesied a black Spartacus would rise to break the chains. I read those words in a cabin that was not mine, wearing clothes that were not mine, with a body that was not mine. And I thought, if the Savior does not come, perhaps he must be made. 3 weeks later, the drums began.
The rights of man, and which men? The ones holding the whip? 500 men with farm tools against muskets. This is not war, Toussaint. This is a funeral. When the day comes, make sure the hands are not yours alone.
He was afraid. But I was not looking at the soldiers. I was looking at the door. I gripped his shoulder. I told him it was not a funeral. It was a door opening. The day is here, Jean-Baptiste. Are your hands ready? He nodded, and then he ran into the dark. I sent him to burn the cane fields. I told him to make them feel the loss before they saw the fire. That night, the cage burned. They called me the Black Spartacus, the Black Washington, the Black Napoleon. I did not want a name. I wanted a country. But names are what they give you when they are afraid of what you actually are. And what I actually was a general.
Keep stirring, don't let it burn. Aye, it's bubbling now.
I fought the French. I fought the Spanish. I fought the British. I played empire against empire the way a chess player sacrifices a pawn to take the king. In 1794, France abolished slavery, not out of mercy, out of necessity. They needed our swords more than they needed our chains. But I took that decree and I made it sacred. I wrote it into the soil with blood and into law with ink. Jean-Baptiste stayed at my side through every campaign, through every betrayal, through every night I questioned whether the cost was too high. He never asked me if we would win. He only asked me if the price was worth paying. And every time, I told him yes, even when I was not sure. By 1801, I was Governor-General of Saint-Domingue, the first black man to govern a colony. And I did what no empire thought possible.
You are going to sign it.
I am.
Governor for life. Toussaint, they will call you a king. They will say you became the very thing we fought.
A king rules for himself. I rule because no one else can hold this island together while the wolves circle. France, Britain, Spain, they are all waiting for me to fail.
And if you sign this, they will not wait anymore. They will come.
Then they will come, and they will find a nation, not a colony, not a plantation, a nation, with a constitution, with laws, with the words, "Slavery is abolished forever," written in ink that no army can burn.
And Suzanne, does she know?
She told me something, years ago, in the stable at Bréda. She said, "Be careful with loose words." I am done being careful, Jean-Baptiste.
Then it is done. God help us.
God helped us out of the fields. The rest, we do ourselves. People of Saint-Domingue, for 200 years they told us we were property, that our backs were made for the whip, that our children were made for the auction block. Today, I sign a law that says, never again. Slavery is abolished, forever. Not for a year, not for a generation, forever. For one moment, we were free, truly free. And I believed it would last. It lasted 9 months. 9 months of freedom. And then, the ships came. Napoleon sent 22,000 soldiers, the largest fleet ever to cross the Atlantic. Not to protect us, to put the chains back on, to erase the words I had written, to unmake the nation I had built. I thought I had won. I thought the ink was dry. But ink can be burned. And men can be taken.
We must stand together now.
The tools are almost ready.
Good. We will be ready.
You trespass on our lands. Withdraw now. These lands are ours. We will not yield. Then you choose war. We are ready. So be it. We stand our ground.
That is where this part of the story ends. Not with chains, not with a cell, but with a man standing on a shore, watching the horizon, knowing what is coming, and knowing he cannot stop it. But I did not run. I did not hide. I stood on that shore, and I prepared. The ships were coming, and I would meet them. Not as a slave, not as a coachman, as the man who wrote freedom into law. And if they wanted to take it back, they would have to take me first.